Hello and welcome to Cretaceous Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Mattel Jurassic World Wave 3 Attack Packs featuring Protoceratops, Proceratosaurus, and Minmi. I found these at my local Target, which made me really happy, and thankfully they had all three. I was able to grab all three at one time rather than maybe just having one or two and then having to find the others. So we're going to review them all in this video. Starting off with the packaging. So here we have the Protoceratops, and packaging is the same as the previous attack packs. It does say that this is new, and it gives you that same image of Owen in blue. You can see the dinosaur in there pretty nicely, and at the back you can see the other dinosaurs available in this wave, Minmi and Proceratosaurus, and there's the ski right there in case anybody needs it, and pretty cool. Here is the Proceratosaurus. When I first saw images of this one online, I thought it looked like a raptor, but now that I have it in hand, it's obviously not a raptor. Very interesting looking dinosaur though, so I'm looking forward to getting this unboxed. There's the back. Again, the other dinosaurs available in Wave 3. There's the ski right there in case you need that. And then finally the Minmi. This is an interesting one as well. If you watched my Grab and Growl Indoraptor review, it's actually featured on the back of the box for that item. And here's the back, pretty much same thing, the other dinos. Here's the UPC. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get these guys unboxed. When we come back, we'll take a closer look. I'm really anxious to see what these are like. So let me go ahead and get to that, and then we'll take a closer look at all three of them. Alright, and here are the little darlings out of the packaging. Let's go ahead and start things off first with the Protoceratops. Abracadabra! So here's our Protoceratops, and she's looking rather cute. Kind of cute, I think. I love the colors. I love this shade of, it's basically like a turquoise color with these mustard yellow highlights. It's a great color combination. They even gave her green eyes with a kind of like a darker green pupil. Interesting. It's a different shade of green for the eyes than you have on the body. The sculpt looks pretty nice. It's decent. It's a little bit light in some areas, like the legs look a little bit light, but here at the back, it's not too bad, not too shabby. Head sculpt looks pretty good. You can kind of see the skull there. Nice beak. It's kind of painted in a gray color. All in all, this looks pretty good. You can see the ribs right there. Some more folds in the skin on the bottom. If you're doing the Jurassic Facts app, you're probably going to want that. All in all, I like it. The legs look kind of long, but as I recall, this particular species does have kind of lanky looking proportions. It's nice. It's different. I'm glad that Wave 3 is all brand new dinosaurs and not repeats. For articulation, you got a ball joint here at the head. Look at that movement. That's really good. Can it rotate? Yes, it can. So you can kind of make it look at you like a cute little puppy. Aww. And let's see. Not really side to side. Maybe just a tad. Teeny. Not really. For the legs, you can swivel all four legs forward and back. They are pretty stiff joints. Let's see, I don't think they go out and in like on some of the other dinos. I don't think that's really a common thing with the attack packs though, so not really something I expected. You can rotate the tail right there, but if you do, it looks kind of weird, so you wouldn't want to do that. I love how the back of the tail looks. It's kind of got like those ridges right there. Pretty cool. All in all, this is a cute one. Now the Proceratosaurus. Such an interesting looking dinosaur, isn't it? It's kind of got interesting proportions. Like if I just set it there, look at its tail. Doesn't it look kind of small, a little bit skinny? I'm not all that familiar with this particular species. It sounds like it's a small Ceratosaurus type dinosaur, but it does seem like the tail is a little bit on the small side. That aside, the sculpt looks pretty good. Head sculpt looks nice. Yeah, it's pretty decent. The rest of the proportions look good. Decent texturing, nothing too elaborate. The fingers, the hands, even the feet and toe claws, they have a little bit of sculpting going on there, so you can see a little bit of detail. And from the bottom, there's your Jurassic Facts app right there. It's not too bad. The color itself actually reminds me a good bit of brownie batter. It's kind of got like that really dark brown color, and then you have an even darker sort of brown color kind of going over its back. And that kind of starts up here at its head. You can kind of see it just goes along the entirety of the body, which is nice. And it's got a nice striping to it. I like the effect that they went with for that. And then that tapers into this lighter color. That's almost like a kind of like a beige-ish yellow almost. I don't know if it's supposed to look like this. You see how it like, I don't know, it almost looks like there's paint missing. but that could just be the way that it's meant to be. So I can't really say that that's a defect or a QC issue, because that just might be the way that Mattel intended it. So I'm really not too sure. And then at the head, you also get that Ceratosaurus-like ridge painted in red. Eyes are a very nice, striking yellow. I like that quite a bit. And very cleanly painted, I might add. They didn't paint the claws on the forelimbs or the hind limbs. That's typical for the Attack Packs line. And inside the mouth, you can see that it's pink. And then you can see the ridges of the top of the mouth, but not painted. So you have a hinged jaw right there. That's how it looks when you close it. Looks nice. And then you can rotate both of the forelimbs as well as the hind limbs. And you can twist on the tail as well, though it is a very stiff joint, so it might not actually be meant to be twisted. Not too sure there. And it balances pretty well. I think it has a really nice center of gravity. All in all, another fun looking figure. And again, last but not least, we have the Minmi, which isn't that such a funny name, Minmi? I like it though. I mean, look at this guy. This guy looks insane. Wow. And like the Protoceratops, we also have shades of green. This time though, it's quite different. You actually have more of this like lime, or it's almost more of like an avocado green. Like if you ever peel up an avocado, it's kind of like that color on the inside. And I like it. I think it works pretty well. You got some brown streaks on the sides of the eyes. And the eyes themselves are also yellow, and they look good. They're very obvious. Brown pupil in the center, or black pupil. And the coloring is actually pretty nice, because if you see these spikes up here, which are actually really soft, I might add, they're like a little bit lighter in color, almost like a lima bean sort of color. And it's actually got a pretty decent wash to it. Like if you look at the green up here, it's not just like all one flat color. There is some dimension going on there thanks to the way that they washed it. So that is pretty cool. That makes me happy to see. There's your Jurassic Facts. And it does have a decent sculpt. This is another species I'm not too familiar with. In fact, I don't think I'd ever heard of it until I knew that this toy was coming out. And I think it's got a good sculpt. I think it's pretty nicely detailed, even if it's not the most rich looking detail. It does look quite decent, and I think that these spikes look particularly nice. And it's very similar to what we saw with the Ouroboros and Ankylosaurus, where each of these spikes that it has along its body, all the ridges, they're soft, and it almost looks like they're sculpted separately from the back. So I'm not quite sure how they assembled that. It is interesting, because you can tell that the armor is actually all one piece sculpted with the torso, but these are different pieces, and they are soft. And even the ones here on the side, you can kind of see that they flex a little bit. So pretty cool. Tail looks nice. For articulation, you can rotate the head side to side. It is on a ball joint, so you get some up and some down. Not a whole lot though, not really side to side. You can swivel all four of the legs. So that is pretty nice. And I might add that the plastic on all of these seems a little soft. Not so much on the Minmi, and maybe not so much on the Protoceratops, although maybe the limbs are a little more plasticky than the Minmi, but the Proceratosaurus actually feels the most like rubbery, like especially here in the arms, and a little bit here in the legs too, a little bit in the tail there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. These are the Mattel Jurassic World Wave 3 Attack Packs featuring Proceratosaurus, Protoceratops, and Minmi. All in all, you guys, I like these quite a bit. I like them more than I actually expected to. I will say that they are quite cartoony looking. I think that even the Wave 1 and the Wave 2, like the Raptors, the Gallimimus, even maybe the Dilophosaurus and the Dimorphodon also have kind of that cartoony sort of aesthetic to them. It seems a little more apparent here, particularly on the Proceratosaurus and maybe even on the Minmi. But I think it works. The Attack Packs at $7.99 are the very entry-level dinosaurs for this Jurassic World toy line from Mattel. And I wasn't terribly excited with Wave 1 or Wave 2. I had some issues with stability, particularly on the Gallimimus and the Dilophosaurus. I thought they were just okay. I actually like these Wave 3 ones quite a bit better. And despite the fact that they do look a little bit cartoony, I like that they're new species. They're not just repacks of previously released figures from the Attack Packs. Like, they're genuinely new species, and that makes me especially happy. And they're fun. Even though they're not in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, at least there's been no indication that they were kind of there but not shown on screen. These are great. They're fun, and I think that's the most important thing, especially when you're dealing with these really entry-level toys. And maybe what makes me the happiest about them is that they're stable. I don't have any issues of them being unstable, particularly these two right here. Obviously, they're on 4 legs. But even the Proceratosaurus so far seems very stable. It's got larger feet, and it's got a good center of gravity. So hopefully that remains the case. I like these guys. If they repainted them, I would buy them again. I mean, they're just fun. And again, I like them a lot better than the previous attack packs that we've gotten, even though they're not featured in the films. Colors are great, sculpts are nice, and they're just plain fun. So I recommend them to you. Alright my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If so, do give us a like, do subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. Which of these 3 is your favorite, and will you be adding them to your collection? Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to Cantina Chatter on iTunes. We are self-funded, so if you are so inclined, we do have a Patreon. It is linked down below. As always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Cretaceous Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.